Emily Thornberry is the Shadow Foreign Secretary. Very good evening to you. Just in terms of those voices we heard from Barrow and Furness there, do you accept there's been some cut through by Theresa May into the Labour base in the last couple of years?
I thought what the Leader of the Council said was really interesting. He was saying that I like what it is that she says, and what this election ought to be about is what is it that they're doing. Let's have a look at the evidence. Let's talk about the fact that they are cutting money on a pupil, per pupil, we're getting cuts to schools. For the first time since, I don't know when, 30 years, 40 years, if your child breaks their arm, they will wait 7 hours in A&E. We know this. If you are relying on a carer to help your mum, they're not going to be there in the morning, they're only going to be there at lunchtime. You have to go along and look after your mum yourself because of the cuts to social care. That's the reality. And so that's our job during this election to say, actually as a country we're failing internationally, but we're failing nationally in terms of the economy. How many years has it been since the banks left? 7 years, and we're told to need to continue to cut back on public services in order to pay off the debt, and the debt continues to go up.
What is so interesting is, I mean, a lot of people are saying this is a Brexit election. Labour will try and talk about other things because Labour's position on Brexit just isn't clear. And when it comes to Brexit, the Lib Dems are very clear, the Tories are clear, and Labour's kind of straddling a bit above the mud.
Well, we haven't picked a side. We are a national party and we want to represent the nation. And the fact that we have people who wanted to remain and people who wanted to leave is actually a strength. It's a strength. It's a strength because there has to be a party that tries to pull the country together, that gets a deal that works for everybody and means it.
But that implies people should say, look, I'm a Brexiteer, I'm not going to vote for a Remain MP, or I'm a Remainer, I don't want to vote for a Brexit MP.
No,
if you can't come up with a party position on what is the overwhelmingly most important issue that everybody's talking about, isn't that a
two
problem?
Things. The first thing is, we've already had a vote on Brexit. Why do we need to have another election on Brexit? We just had one just a year ago when the public decided that they wanted to leave. And Labour's position is that we accept that result, but we need to make sure that we look after the economy first. That is the most important thing is the safety and security of the citizens, and the second thing is the economy. Now, then we say, do you know what, Theresa May? You've promised 6 things that we'd really like, and we're going to hold you to that, and we will vote against if you don't get that deal.
Will you come up with an alternative? Sorry, will you come up with an alternative Brexit model that the voters can say, actually, we prefer the Labour model to Theresa May's model, and then we can vote on that?
Let's just start with this. We need to have a government that understands that the economy is more important than anything else. Right. That is what every government around the world does.
So single market, free movement, you'll take all of that because that is a different and it's a viable, different alternative Brexit. Here's a clear choice. Britain, you have 2 Brexits and you can choose
The government has said itself that they can get a deal, a free trade agreement with the European Union where we will get the exact same benefits as we have at the moment. And we say, great, you can do that, we will hold you to that because that's what we need.
But that's implying, sorry, that really is implying we should vote for Theresa May to see whether she can give her a go. Let her have a try.
Because the point is that her vision for Brexit is promising everyone everything and hoping to press every single button. And we have said, you cannot get all of that. Here are the 6 things that we think are the priorities, and we will hold you to account on that.
And today, can't be holding her. This isn't an election about you holding them to account on something they haven't done.
Today, on the steps of Downing Street, she's saying, we don't like the opposition playing games with us. We don't like the opposition being mean to us. We're going to have a general election and hope to get rid of the opposition and hope to get lots and lots of votes, and we want a blank cheque. They have a limited amount of time to do these negotiations, and how much of this are they going to spend on a general election, which they promised 11 times that they weren't going to have?
Look, respectfully, I think the election has to be on your alternative prospectus, not on your holding them to account on their prospectus.
No, but it has to be about the economy, it has to be about people's day-to-day lives, and people's day-to-day lives is their teacher is saying that their school is being cut. It is about, it's about
you made it already.
People's living standards.
John Woodcock, MP, saying, I couldn't vote for Jeremy Corbyn as Prime Minister, but I'm Labour and I want to win my seat and be re-selected as the candidate for Labour. What should the members of his party in that constituency do?
Well, people who are sitting MPs will be our candidates in the next general election. John Woodcock doesn't have to worry because he doesn't have to vote for Jeremy Corbyn as leader of the Labour Party. So I don't really understand what he's talking about.
And will Labour win?
Yeah, we can win. Absolutely. Listen, game on. She has gone into this election because she thinks she's 20 points ahead, and she can't put forward what it is she wants for Brexit because she wants to promise everything at this stage. We will not be giving her a blank cheque. And if people vote Conservative, they will be giving her a blank cheque. Vote Labour.
Emily Thornberry, thank you very much indeed.